just happen, man. They don't wait for us. They just start.
That's right. Code A waits for no man, Wolf. You should know that by now. Tassadar knows that. He's spawning at the bottom of the map.
You said his name.
It's okay. It's okay.
Tassadar.
Didn't say it like that. See, now we learned the proper pronunciation from our Street Fighter voice. Thank you very much. Thanks also to Pepsi and G-Skill for sponsoring the GSL. You guys are awesome. And up at the top of the map, needs to play a little bit more awesome this game from the Team Fnatic. Our blue Terran player at the 12 o'clock, he is
Fnatic Phoenix.
So once again, cross positions.
Yeah.
Yep. Our last Fnatic players in the to play in the GSL were TT1 and Sen.
Yep.
Back in the World Championships.
They did pretty well back then, actually.
Yeah, they did okay. TT1 took down Nada in a very memorable game on Crossfire. And
look that game up. If you we talked a little bit yesterday about the build with the Banshees and the Marines and the tanks, and you can kind of do what TT1 did. Although I talk about this all the time. I went back and watched that game, and I think it was more so that Nada just made more mistakes in that game than TT1 did, and that's why he held it. But it's a viable way to try to hold it. I just don't want to talk about those games until we see a build like that happen again, because I'm sure it happens like once a day. I watched QXC kill someone with that build today, so I think we won't see it today because I was
already saw it once per day.
Yeah, he killed someone with that build, so I mean, I've one dose per day exactly.
All right, well, we'll have to see if Wolf's prediction comes true. I'm curious to see what Tassadar is going to do this game. I think he's going to feel pretty comfortable. I think he's going to feel like he has.
He's up a game. He's playing against a foreigner, and I mean, Koreans, when they play against foreigners, they're usually pretty confident. I'm not going to lie to you guys, that's just how they feel.
It's true. They definitely, most of them I would say, definitely have the opinion that they're just better.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that has proven true in the past.
Yeah.
But, I'm definitely not going to count Phoenix out. I mean, he's definitely a game that can take, or definitely a player that can take games off Korean pros. He's been doing it since he got here. And he can certainly do it in this game on Metalopolis, too. He's opening a little bit safer this game.
Tassadar is hitting a probe at the 9 o'clock base. He's putting a pylon there. I think we're going to see a Void Ray all in.
I think you're absolutely right. It's a good map for it.
Very good map for it, indeed. We could see a Twilight Council hidden there, but I think it's going to be a Stargate.
Yeah.
In fact, I am almost absolutely certain it's going to be a
almost
Stargate.
99.9 repeating % sure. And you're right. 100% now. That's a Stargate.
Yeah.
And Phoenix, he could be in pretty good shape to handle this. He is going 2 racks with the reactor first. That's a good, safe opening against a lot of Protoss builds.
It's all going to come down to control, whether or not he gets the bunker up in time and how he reacts. If he panics or not, those are really going to be the important things that to consider when the attack hits. It's very difficult to hold this build on this map. With the depots walling off there, it's relatively risky as well. There's the 2 gates going down. When you do this build, you want to have 3 gateways. You add them after your Stargate is getting pretty close to being done. You make the Void Ray first before trying to get any more gateway units out. The Void Ray is the priority.
Well, the question is Tassadar just going to try to come up the ramp? Phoenix moving out right now. Or is Tassadar going to try to just use the Void Ray to warp in from the back of the base here? But it looks like Phoenix is going for a push. This is a pretty popular push when you're doing this opening. You push once your second Marauder comes out, like we're seeing right there.
Ooh, and Tassadar's actually going to get into the base.
Yeah.
He's going to see that there's nothing there, and he's going to be very prepared for this.
Yep. He is going to have to pull back and defend. He's not going to be able to put pressure on Phoenix right away, but...
Oh, man, look at this timing. The Warp Gate research finishing right as the additional gateways finish. And he is going to be able to hold this pressure no problem. Then he's going to be able to do a scary, scary counterattack.
Well, Tassadar did beat, if I remember right, he beat mostly Terran players to get to the finals in Code A last season, so definitely no slouch when it comes to TVT. Phoenix making a Reaper, too. Interesting. And it looks like Tassadar
actually looks like he's going to go with some units now, and Phoenix is starting to realize what's going on. He's starting a bunker at the top of his ramp. He's going to lose this depot, though. His units are far, far away.
Phoenix doesn't really have any units at his base right now, trying to pull back as fast as he can, but will he get back in time? The SCV getting targeted down, doesn't finish the bunker. Oh, I don't know. Phoenix is in a lot of trouble. There's not a lot of gateway units out quite yet. The next warp-in is coming right now.
Well, he does have a lot of Marines, and the Stalker does fall. SCV is being pulled here. He's going to lose this pylon most likely. He needs to keep this Void Ray alive. And surprisingly, the Marines did not target it. Oh, good force field. Phoenix is in a lot of trouble, but the bunker does complete.
Yeah, second Void Ray coming in right now for Tassadar. Things are looking pretty grim for Phoenix.
Phoenix's units are trapped outside of his base. There's only one Marine inside of that bunker.
Yep.
2 more joining it now, though. But if Tassadar just backs up and gets a few more Stalkers in and targets that down, it's going to be almost impossible. And this is what I was talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
The reason why this is so popular on this map is because you can do things like this. And with good control, I mean, what can Phoenix do? Yeah,
there's so much space to cover here. And, I mean, that's the thing is that it's just really, really hard to control against something like this. I mean, he doesn't have stim. He doesn't have combat shields. His Marines are very, very fragile right now.
He's drawing the Marines back to the Stalkers, which outrange them. The Void Rays, of course, outranging them as well. And that's maybe the end of it here, man.
That's about it. Yep. Not a lot of Marines left. Phoenix still might try to play it out. Nope, GG. So, that was fast.
Yeah, that was a quick 2-0, man.
Yeah.
Tassadar showing that Koreans are pretty dominant still.
Well, Tassadar is pretty dominant, man. I'll tell you what. He is a good Protoss player. Would not be surprised at all to see him go far again in Code A. He was pretty close to getting into Code X. Phoenix not looking too pleased, but you know, he's going to be here a while. You know, he's got a lot of time to practice in Korea. He's going to be playing with Fox United, the team league. So definitely not the last we've seen of Fnatic Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, don't feel bad. I mean, he lost to one of the best players in Code A, our finalist from last season, Tassadar. He didn't lose to just like, it's not like losing to Tails, like we saw yesterday. It was, you know, was not very
or Amaru,
Look at that.
I don't know.
Did you see that guy back there? It was QXC sighting.
Whoa.
He's like right over there. You can still see him.
It's like if he moves really fast, you take a picture of him. He looks like Bigfoot, like kind of blurry. But yeah.
You guys can't see you. Well, actually, yeah, you can. He's still on the camera. You can see Slayer's boxers actually standing right behind us as well, man.
Yep, that's right.
There's like a lot of celebrities here. Nani was here. He's over there. He's looking at me right now.
You can see Thorzane's head. He's like right.
No, that's Thorzane too, man.
Yep.
Wait, it's like I'm like looking over there, but it's over there because I'm like
poking his ear. What Willie Thorzane?
Mole Trap's here. Who else is here?
Yep.
We've got like Slavic is here.
Dude, the GOM house is so packed right now. It is. It's a full house, and I'm not talking about the sitcom. It's kind of like a sitcom. There should be a sitcom of the GOM house called GOM House.
John was joking around. He said, "Wolf, everybody hates you," and I was like, "We're gonna make a sitcom called Everybody Hates Wolf," and I'm gonna like come back, like get back from Hongdae, get into the GOM house. I'm like, "Hey, everybody," and then no one like responds to me, and the sitcom music's like, "Ah."
That's like John's way of joking. Everybody hates you, Wolf.
No, I sit down and I check my emails. There's no emails there, and it's like, no. And I'm like, oh, no one emailed me.
I'm going to get John. He's like right over there. He's talking on the phone. We might see a John the Translator sighting a little bit later in the day.
Yeah, John is here. Everyone is here, man. Mock is here. I see him over there. Like, looked
yeah,
at me when I said that. It's kind of weird because now I want to look at the camera. I don't want to look back at him. So he thinks I'm ignoring him now.
It's like we're talking about him.
He thinks we're talking about him?
Well, we are kind of talking
about him.
We
are talking about him.
Yeah. Yep. So, you know, for the foreign fans, for you and I, too, a little bit disappointing result in the first series. But, yeah, Phoenix will be back. Like a phoenix, like his namesake, he will rise from the ashes.
I mean, he's only been here for a few days. Like, he hasn't been through the practice that Tassadar's been through for months and months and months. And he's not. It's his first time in the booth too. When it's like, well, I don't know why you expected that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, it's you know, it's tough. You're adjusting to the time change. You're adjusting to the food. You're adjusting to the environment. You know, you're adjusting to the chair, the desk, the booth. It's a lot to adjust to, but you guys will have to adjust to a 5-minute break, but we'll be right back with our next match. What is wrong with me?
Boxer
Cut to commercial.